Alright, just finished episode 4 officially at the halfway point in the series, and nothing has changed for me, man. I am still digging the shit out of this series. I'm loving it so much. Um, Everyone says episode 5 is the one to watch out for. We shall see. But for now, I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing. So, this episode, we get right into some action as Reese snipes this Boykin guy as he's driving down the road, and the dude has a terrible wreck with a bullet in his chest, and then he's like laying there dying. Reese walks up, downloads all the data off of his phone, and disappears. Like, he's just, I love it. I love it. And in this episode, he even says what I was saying last episode, that he like officially has nothing left to lose. Like, there is no reason, there's no remorse, he's just like, he has his mission and nothing's going to stop him. So, after taking out Boykin, which, by the way, I think in the last episode I was saying that Boykin was the assassin that killed his family. That's not the case. Boykin is the guy who hired the assassin to take out his family and to attack him at the hospital. So, anyway, Reese enlists the help of his pilot friend Liz, and he takes a flight to Mexico to visit some like family friends slash relatives, maybe. I can't exactly remember, but he's there to like enlist their help in finding the Sicario that killed his wife and daughter. Like, he's looking for that actual assassin now. I can't remember the relation here. I know these people are in the books. Like, I feel like maybe they come in later in the book series, like book 3, which is one of my favorites, Savage Son. I highly recommend that if you haven't read that. But yeah, I feel like they didn't come in until later. Like, we didn't meet them, but maybe they did. Like I said, it's been a while since I've read the first book, The Terminal List, and it's possible that they did have like a small part in that book, and then we went back there in book 3. But anyway, he goes down there, kind of, collects himself there, spends a few nights, and plans the next part of his mission, which is taking out this this assassin from this group of sicarios from like a maybe like a Mexican drug cartel or something. I'm not exactly sure what the organization is, but it's a heavily guarded, you know, uh, compound. So he hangs out there for a few days, gets some perspective. He works on that next part of the thing. Ben arrives, which, by the way, I've been calling him like his friend the entire time. His friend Ben, that played by Taylor Kitsch, and he's like a major part of this series so far. But anyway, Ben shows up, and then so Ben and Aroni, I think the guy's name is, and I'm not exactly sure. There's a young guy and there's an older guy, and they're both like I said, they're basically family to Reese, down in Mexico, and they all seem to be former operators or some sort of special forces. Like, they're all badasses, right? And these guys have some ins some places. They own this big ranch, and it seems like they've got access to intelligence. So they end up tracking down where this guy is and well, who he is and where he is. And his name is Navajas, and he is the assassin that attacked Reese in the hospital and killed Lauren and Lucy. So they go into this, like I said, I guess it's like a Mexican cartel compound or something. But um, these 4 guys go in. It's like Reese and Ben and Aroni and the older guy. Maybe the older guy is Aroni. I'm not sure. Anyway, they go in, take out all the bad guys, and I love it. It's very Commando esque, but like way more tactical, way more realistic. They go in very like 4-man SEAL team and take these guys out very strategically, very fast. But when it comes to Navaja, Reese gets super up close and personal with a fucking tomahawk. And if you know anything about this series, even like I think the title card of it has something to do with a tomahawk. You'll see it on all the books. Like, it's a big part of Jack Carr's brand for James Reese, right? The double tomahawks, the cross tomahawks. But he takes this tomahawk, apparently specifically so that he can do this. But man, dude, he takes this guy out by, like, first he shoots him a couple times, and then he pins him up against the wall and disembowels him. He makes him walk away, spilling his guts everywhere. Brutal. I'm pretty sure this point is in the book, um, but it plays out a little differently. Like it's a guy and he's in the woods and he pins him to a tree and does this and like like he says something in the book along the lines of like the animals will come to eat him or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I do know that a guy gets disemboweled, and I remember it being such an instrumental part in the book of making me like sold on the James Reese series. Like after like reading that part of the book, I was like, oh yeah. I'm pretty sure it happens much later in the book too as well. But anyway, doesn't matter. Brutally awesome scene, and yeah, really sets the tone of the series. Like each killing is getting more and more brutal. I don't know if they can top the disembowelment, but it was pretty badass. I mean, what else would you do to someone that murdered your wife and daughter? So anyway, that's kind of the end of Reese's story in this episode. But Reese, he thinks Horn is the top dog at the head of the snake at this point, and I can't remember if he actually is or if there's someone above him. Like I feel like there's also some government officials in play, like where they might. I don't know. There's definitely some in play. They're working with Steve Horn and want this government contract to continue, but the current what is she? National Secretary of Defense. She wants to kind of like reduce this spending. She cares more about operators than about special interest groups. I know that's crazy to say about, US government, but she's like one of the good ones, and she wants to kind of reduce funding for all this crazy special interest bullshit. And there are a lot of people in play in the government who don't want this to happen. So I don't know how they're going to take care of it. I wonder if her life is in danger. But Steve Horn plays a big part of this, and some pharmaceutical company that Steve Horn is looking to like partner with or buy out or something. They're the ones, I'm pretty sure, they're the ones who created the RD4895, the stuff that it seems like gave Reese this brain tumor. So yeah, Capstone Industries and this pharmaceutical company, they're like kind of in bed together with some government officials. It fucking goes to the top. It's crazy. All right, now we catch up with Katie, and she's staying with her brother and sister-in-law. They don't know what's going on, but she's like, "Can I stay with you short term?" She tried to just go there and stay at their vacation house, but then they showed up, and she's like, "Oh shit." But she finds out that Reese's SEAL team may have also had tumors, and that it's all related to RD4895 and Capstone Industries and the pharmaceutical company. And she finds out about the pharmaceutical company and all that, and how it's all connected. She's not to the bottom of it yet, but like she's getting there. She's getting there. But yeah. Anyway, after Reese kills Navajas, he hops back on Liz's plane, heads back to the U.S. At this point, I think he thinks next on his list is the big dog, is Steve Horn, which seems like, finale type stuff. So I don't think we're going to quite get there yet. I think we're going to have some other stuff along the way where new people present themselves and, Reese decides a couple more people need to die along the way. I can't wait to get into it. I hope that everyone who was saying that episode 5 is the negative turn in the series is wrong, because I would hate for that to happen. So far, like I said, absolutely loving it halfway through. I hope the ride continues the way it has been so far. It's going to be kind of hard to top that brutal disembowelment, though. But yeah, Chris Pratt killing it. Taylor Kitsch killing it. Everyone in the series is doing a wonderful job, and I can't wait to get to the next episode. If you guys enjoyed this, please like, share, all that good stuff to help the video to reach more people, help the channel to reach more people, help it grow. I really appreciate it if you could do that. And if you enjoy what I do here, please stick around and subscribe. I do a lot of coverage of, thriller books like this, like the Terminal List series, James Reese series, also Jack Reacher. I review all those books and the TV series of that, and just basically anything entertainment and pop culture. So if that's stuff that you're interested in, please subscribe to more, or favorite or follow the podcast, Daily BS. And if you do decide to stick around and subscribe or favorite or follow the podcast, then I will talk to you again tomorrow. Thanks.